This morning, a call for help from the American Red Cross. The reason they're way short of filling the need for blood. Also, 2 people hit by a car at the scene of a crash. What we're learning about the mother of 2 young children killed in the accident.
Bitterly cold start out there this morning, but this is the last cold morning for quite some time. I'm talking about a warming trend in your first warned weather.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford, Josh Brighter on your first warned weather today. I am ready for this cold weather to be done with, Josh.
Every time I walk outside, I'm like just getting slapped in the face with that cold.
I know. I always check it just to make sure what the temperature is before I step out in the morning. It's like, great. Again, the heavy coat, the gloves, the hat, you need it all. And I'm ready for a little bit of relief, as I'm sure a lot of folks out there are.
We're going to get a break after today.
Let's do it.
Some good news over at least the next 10 days for you this morning. Looking at those temperatures right now, again, like Chris mentioned, we are bitterly cold out there. We've actually warmed up a couple of degrees, so nobody's below zero like they were just a couple of minutes ago. But we're sitting at 9 degrees in Madison, and this is going to be your cold this morning, at least heading through the next extended period into the new year, especially over the next few days. Notice the wind speeds right now. We're about 6 miles an hour here in Madison. Some of us are calm, but this is really going to be the noticeable change as we go about your Tuesday. Notice that flow is out of the south, and that means we're going to be bringing in some more mild weather, which is some good news out there if you're looking forward to melting away some of that ice and snow on the roadways. Live look from the WISC-TV sky camera shows more clouds out there as we plan your day. Again, we'll cool down a couple of degrees closer to sunrise, and then we'll be warming up into the mid-20s for afternoon highs later on today. And this is something that a lot of us in southern Wisconsin will be experiencing, most of us making it to at least 20 degrees. And that is just the start of it. Coming up here in your main forecast, Chris, I'm going to talk about temperatures going above average and even doubling what we're going to be sitting at today. So if you're looking forward to some milder weather, we've got it for you in your first warned weather.
Sounds awesome. Thank you, Josh. As always, for all your local weather information on the go, just download our free First Warned Weather app. Download it wherever you get yours. Lake Mendota, Madison's largest lake, now officially frozen over. It happened on Christmas Day, in large part due to all that cold weather that we've been experiencing. This year was just a little bit later than normal. The lake's median ice-on date is usually December 20th. To meet the Wisconsin State Climatology Office's criteria, the ice has to hold for 24 hours before it can be declared officially frozen over. The Clean Lakes Alliance holds a big contest every year to guess the date. The winner gets $1,000 in gift cards from Land's End. The U.S. DOT concerned by Southwest rate of cancellations, delays, and lack of prompt customer service during this winter storm. The department will examine now whether cancellations were controllable and if Southwest is complying with the customer service plan. It comes as Southwest had canceled about 60% of today's flights before the day even started. Southwest not alone in canceling flights. Buffalo Niagara International says it'll remain closed today, and the National Weather Service has issued several new winter storm warnings across the country. While the worst of this weekend's winter weather is over with, there are still concerns for Dane County's homeless population. People have been lining up outside the men's shelter on Madison's east side for at least an hour before it opens. Right now, shelters across Dane County are implementing extreme weather protocol. That means that they won't turn anyone away due to capacity or shelter stay limits. The bad weather also impacting the blood supply. The American Red Cross is asking for your help to shake up your holiday plans and consider donating. Last week's storm cost the Red Cross nearly 1,000 donations, but the need for blood doesn't take a holiday break. Our Andrew Banster reports.
Trauma patients, new parents in need of life-saving transfusions, that doesn't take a holiday break.
That's why the American Red Cross is asking for blood donors. The holiday season combined with last week's severe weather has put them behind the 8 ball.
We canceled 2 of our larger blood drives in the state, the one here in Madison, and there was one in Green Bay. And then we also closed all of our blood donor centers. And so we have about around 900 uncollected units of blood.
Between hundreds of canceled donations and trauma caused by the severe weather, winter storms create a severe need. need.
That's why it's important that if folks, if you're eligible, if you're healthy, you feel good, you're able to, make an appointment and donate blood. We're looking for all types of blood.
This month, when you donate, you'll also get a free Red Cross long sleeve t-shirt, the Christmas present you didn't know you needed. Not to mention the lives you'll save.
One donation can save up to 3 lives. And so that's why it's so important to give back. And as I said, the need for blood is constant. It doesn't take a holiday.
Making an appointment is as easy as the click of a button. And even if you can't make it this week, there are a bounty of options.
In the Madison area, we've got our east and west side donation centers. We also have some big drives, even going on this week in the Madison area, from Middleton to Mendota. So there's a lot of opportunities to make an appointment and give that precious gift of life back to folks.
That was Andrew Banster reporting. Donating blood only takes about 45 minutes. To make an appointment and find a list of blood drives being held over the next week, head to this story on channel3000.com. The family of a mother killed in a crash is asking for help. She and a MEC-1 firefighter were struck by a vehicle at the scene of a crash in West Allis. Milwaukee County investigators say off-duty firefighter and paramedic Josh Lipp stopped to help Juan Wynn Rollman, who'd just been in a crash. Moments later, she got out of her vehicle and another car slammed into her and Lipp. Rollman later died from her injuries. This all happened Friday morning on I-894 near National Avenue. Rollman's family says that she was on her way to work when the crash happened. Her sister says she worked 2 jobs while being a full-time mother to a 3- and a 1-year-old. There's a GoFundMe page set up by the family this morning. If you'd like to donate, head to the website on your screen. Milwaukee police are investigating a different crash, a serious one that took place early Christmas morning near 35th and Nash. Authorities say a driver lost control of his vehicle, crossed the center line, and ran into someone in the other lane. Police say the driver of that vehicle the vehicle that was struck ran away. A passenger in the vehicle was taken to an area hospital for treatment of serious but non-fatal injuries. The driver of the striking vehicle, a 26-year-old Milwaukee man, was taken to an area hospital with life-threatening injuries. Milwaukee police continue to seek an unknown driver, the one that ran off. Anyone with information is asked to call the Milwaukee Police Department or Milwaukee County Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. In more local news this morning, AAA is activating its Tow to Go program to make sure that you're able to get home safely if you indulge in some New Year's festivities this week. It provides impaired drivers a free ride and tow to somewhere safe within 10 miles. The free service is available to both members and non-members. It runs through January 2nd. AAA says this service should be used as a last resort for drivers. It recommends everyone has a designated driver before going out drinking. A new Miss Wisconsin has been crowned. Kylene Spanbauer is taking over the role from Grace Stanke, who was just awarded Miss America. The 23-year-old Spanbauer was named first runner-up at the Miss Wisconsin competition back in June. Spanbauer is a Fond du Lac native. She was previously Miss Harbor Cities and Miss Wisconsin's Outstanding Teen of 2016. Congratulations. Coming up, we are starting out again with temperatures in the single digits this morning. Is this the last one we'll see for a while? Josh is timing out a nice warm-up ahead. And in the 608 is coming up, we're taking a look back at all the best food and drink we sampled in 2022.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of, you just cover up and conceal things. But with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone. So you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see when you wear foundation.
40s was a bit of a shocker for me because 40s, I noticed the skin under my eye is getting very loose. And then 50s hit, and I'm 54, and I really noticed the difference in the firmness of my skin here, and especially here. I'm glad there's products like Tint and Tighten out there so that I can just put this on and not worry about what I didn't do in my 40s, my 30s, and my 20s, and it looks like I always have. It's a pleasure, and it's actually a gift for anyone.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. Tint and Tighten is the only cosmetic that blends a beautiful tinted cream to cover uneven skin tone and dark circles with silicate technology that smooths out under-eye puffiness and wrinkles, making the skin around your eye area look flawless for up to 8 hours.
I will be turning 59 in June of this year. Using Tint and Tighten, for me, I'm actually very confident right now that my wrinkles won't be as obvious. It is giving me the support that I think reminds me that I'm at my best right now.
Finally, there's a tinted eye cream to cover dark circles and uneven skin tone. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
6:11 on your Tuesday morning. I'm Josh Bretter with your first warn weather forecast, and we've got some milder weather on the way with your 3 things you need to know. Again, bitterly cold start to your Tuesday. That mild trend begins tomorrow. And then we're talking about some showers in the forecast, and we're talking about rain and not snow all the time here. So that's going to be a noticeable change as we go through the extended forecast. Right now, live look at WISC-TV sky camera. You can see clouds out there. Much of the same story today as we experienced yesterday. We'll have a few breaks in the clouds later on today, but we're going to see kind of that mix out there. But we are going to be warming up into the 20s. So warming up even more from yesterday already, and we're only going up from here, folks. As we plan your day, again, 24 degrees here in Madison. Most of us making it into the 20s, if not the upper teens, later on today here in the 608. Tonight, this is going to be the noticeable change here. We're only going to cool things off to 21 degrees here in Madison, so only a couple of degrees off from our high, and this is why. We're starting to see a southerly flow coming up from the south, which is going to bring in some of that warmer air over the next couple of days, and you're also going to notice those winds as well. So as we go about your Tuesday, notice that mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. So we will have a few sunny periods out there, but those clouds will be sticking around as we go into your Wednesday as well. Much of the same story. So the weather is remaining quiet over the next couple of days before we really have our next chance for precipitation moving in to Wisconsin. Here is the wind gust, your future track wind gust. This is what you're going to be noticing. Look at tonight, 7 o'clock. We're already seeing wind gusts approaching the 30-mile-an-hour range across southern Wisconsin, and these winds are going to continue to impact us all the way into your Wednesday as well. So with that, that's also helping warm us up. So keep that in mind. It will be windy, but we're also going to have milder weather because of that as well. Here is your high temperature trend. Look at this. We should be sitting at 29 degrees for our average high. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be above average for the next 10 days. We're going to double our temperature from today by the time we get into Thursday, Friday, and then we'll be staying above average as we go into the new year. So things are looking much milder as we go about your forecast here in southern Wisconsin. There's your 10-day forecast. Again, we're going from the 20s to the 30s to the 40s and staying there. We'll cool things off a little bit as we get into next week, but that pattern, notice it is staying active, so we do have several chances of rain and snow that we'll be tracking, Chris.
All right, Josh Breiter, thanks a lot. Here's Jordan Reed with your morning sports.
means Wisconsin knows how to step up and perform. I mean, the Badgers have won 7 of their last 8. And just because it's been an up and down season with lots of changes, this team is looking to close out the year with another win. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl kicks off tonight at 9:15 in Phoenix, and it pits Wisconsin against Oklahoma State for the first time ever. Both teams took part in Media Day yesterday, where Luke Fickell had a chance to share why bowl games are so important.
It's an exciting time for us, and obviously there's a lot of changes that are going on within our program, but for right now, the most important thing is about these guys and about the ability to finish out this season. This is what bowls are all about. It's a celebration. It's a way to kind of finish up a season and obviously reflect a little bit on that, but to celebrate what it is that these guys have done and the sacrifices that they've made, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Packers flipped a switch when December arrived. They started the month with a win, came back from their bye to win back-to-back contests, including Christmas Day's come from behind in Miami. But hey, that's what they got to do if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Pack knows that they have to win out while getting some help from other teams if they want to keep things going. Well, this end-of-season spark is certainly not going unnoticed.
Speaks to the character of the men in that locker room and our coaches and just
All right, let's see what's going on the 608 this morning. We're taking a look back on 2022. Josh Breider's in studio. What are we looking at this morning, Josh?
Hey, Chris. So, of course, we have a lot of favorites here in the 608, and one of those items is when it comes down to food and drink. So we're going to take a look back at some of our favorite moments in the last year in the 608. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic, guys. Of course, we're always eating here in the 608.
And here, it's one of my all-time favorites. It's just a pasta soup. It's a Tex-Mex soup with little seashells, ground beef, and peppers, and onions, and garlic. And
looks really good.
Yum.
This is the breakfast burrito. It is smothered in a tequila reaper sauce that we make here. That one particularly filled with our spicy pork, eggs, cheese, onions, cilantro, and tomato.
I also wanted to showcase one of our desserts here. It's just a simple creme brulee, but we modify it a little bit with like a raspberry preserve and then a chocolate brownie that's hidden on the bottom. Sugar caramelized on the top, served with a fresh strawberry or fresh fruit.
Kelsey, you're gonna make the signature hook and fade. What's all in that?
Yeah, so it's our brandy cocktail. It was inspired by an old fashioned, and then we kind of change it up. We put some cinnamon, some bitters, some cherry syrup. So it gives it the perfect flavor for a winter cocktail.
Fantastic. Cheers, the hook and fade. Oh, that's great. The Pie Day eating contest happening now here at Hubbard Avenue Diner. 3, 2, and 1.
A year's worth of hard work. It feels great to finally have it pay off. I might cry, to be honest.
How do you say it? Cheddar is better?
cheddar. They're all Gouda.
Here we go. Ooh, that is really good. That was not what I expected it was going to taste like either. This is awesome, guys. I've got my flight here. That is it right there. And color changing spoon here as well. I don't even know how to eat this thing. There's just so much going on. Oh, for Pete's sake, guys, we're going to send it back to you there in that studio, don't you know? Celebrating Dairy Month here in Wisconsin. Local ingredients are very, very important for what you guys do here at Culver's.
We wouldn't be what we are today without the dairy farmers who provide this awesome dairy that we use across our whole menu. I mean, it isn't just custard. You got a bunch of menu items that feature that awesome dairy.
We're gonna go for it.
We're gonna see.
Eat the whole thing at once, or do you bite into it?
You can bite into it. Then we get a live reaction.
I mean, that is fantastic. That is good. That is good. Oh my gosh. Can't you hear the crunch of that? Like, I've been waiting too long for this moment. We're gonna dig into the pancakes here. Look at that stack. I think I put enough syrup on there this morning, guys. That hits the spot right there, guys. Are you hungry?
Oh, man. I have been trying all year to replicate the crunch of that grilled cheese. I make grilled cheese for the family every couple of weeks, and I cannot do it.
Isn't that
Oh, my gosh, I
something?
try so hard, but Gosh, you've had a lot of tasty eats over the last year.
It's those moments that you just remember forever too, because it's a lot of these experiences. Like, I love a grilled cheese. I have never had a grilled cheese like I had last year, which is really exciting because they invited me back again this year. I get to be one of the judges for that contest.
Nice.
So I'm super excited for that. But
that's great.
I think it's what's really cool about, you know, our food and drink here in Wisconsin is we're so unique. And I think, you know, I talked about this earlier, but that relationship with food is very similar with people. Is everyone has different experiences. Everyone brings something different to the table. And I think that's what's so cool, is because we can always learn something new, even if it's the most simple ingredient or the simple crunch that can really make or break something.
Yeah, it really sets it off. And the people you have met have been just as interesting. These people are passionate. You know, oftentimes they pour their whole life into these places. Or they put everything on the line to open up a new business, or they're trying to give back to their community by supporting them in a way through food. The stories behind these items are always inspiring, and we know that's what you aim for in the 608.
Their experiences too is like, that's why, you know, we have this huge focus on local, because from where these folks started to where these folks go sometimes here in Madison, it's really something special. And, you know, whether it's restaurant week, whether it's just a special that they have going on during the holiday season, these people are working so hard day and night for us. You know, I think that's what's so special with it.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to see what 2023 has in store for us.
We'll see where we end up next. You never know what's going to happen in the 608.
Can't wait. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
Hey, Josh is always looking for cool stories to feature. So reach out to him. He'd love to hear from you. Josh Brighter TV on social media or in the 608 at WISC-TV.com. Okay. Next, it's a day devoted to a certain holiday dessert. Coming up in our next half hour, some help and some hope for those struggling through the holidays. Stay with us.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Introducing Sass, Sauce and Shells, a bold new restaurant on Madison's Capitol Square, combining the best of barbecue and shelled seafood by Chef Joe Perkins. Add a little sass to your lunch or dinner plans today. Open 7 days a week.
When the weather gets cold, springs break.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
Our vehicles are literally like a warehouse on wheels. We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
We're back sharing Linda's morning with everyone. Well, isn't that beautiful?
Look at that.
I love that. All that, the fresh snow. It may not be fun to drive in, but gosh, it sure is pretty still.
That wet, heavy snow that's just stuck to everything has been so beautiful, especially for the holidays.
Yeah, it was perfect. It made things just a little more special. So we want to thank Linda for sharing her morning with us. If you want to share your morning, we'd love to see it. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. Well, it is a day for a certain holiday dessert. It's the butt of many jokes. It's National Fruitcake Day, everybody.
Oh, boy.
The dense cakes include chopped candied or dried fruits, nuts, spices. They're sometimes soaked in liquors like brandy or bourbon. They've got a long history, actually, dating all the way back to ancient Rome. In modern times, mail-order fruitcake started in America in 1913, and the expression nutty as a fruitcake was coined all the way back in 1935. You could celebrate by throwing a fruitcake party in which everybody makes their own version or share a fruitcake recipe or story.
So, Chris, you've seen me eat a lot of things. I have never had fruitcake, and I don't plan on having fruitcake. So.
Yeah, I can't think of a time I had. If I had, it was not very memorable.
It's like one of those things, and, you know, I know there's a difference of opinions on this, too, is like the cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving, the stuff that comes out of the can where it, like, as soon as it falls and it doesn't move, you know, it just literally stays the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of that same thing. I just don't really, I know it's a kind of a holiday tradition, but just not my favorite.
Yeah, like it's meant to last too long. Like it was like the whole, like you can mail order fruit cake. It's like food should not be able to last that long in good food.
But if you like it,
yeah, do you.
Do you.
We're not going to.
You do you. We'll do us.
Hey, let's get a quick check of that forecast, huh?
Yeah, things are quiet out right now. High-resolution radar showing nothing as far as things happening, as far as your 3 things you need to go. No. A bitterly cold start. That mild trend begins tomorrow, and we're talking about some rain showers in your first warn weather.
All right. Stick around, folks. More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Pick and Save delivery, it's easy to get your special holiday foods brought right to your door. And that's music to your ears. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that I'm like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth. With power swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering power swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Get all of your projects done with help from Menards. Mastercraft Interior Doors offer the best quality for the best prices. With our wide range of styles and options, you'll be sure to find something to fit your taste. Choose from our in-stock doors or design your door your way with our door designer. Mastercraft has the fastest delivery, so you get your door in approximately 7 days. Save big on Mastercraft doors at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your fresh favorites from Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This morning, coping with holiday depression. We'll share some easy methods to start. Also, a new state of emergency this morning, how the massive winter storm continues to devastate parts of the country.
Bitterly cold start out there, but the warm-up continues, or really begins over the next couple of days. I'll tell you just how warm we're going to get in your first warn forecast.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. Josh Sprider as your first warn weather this morning. We are in the single digits to start off the day, and it's wearing me down, Josh.
It is.
I need some relief.
I definitely could tell it's like having an impact on my mood lately, even though like seeing the sunshine the last couple of days has helped.
It has. Yeah.
But we need the temperatures to come along with it. And I've got good news when it comes to that, because we are turning the corner here. Here's your temperatures right now. We're sitting quite cold out there. Bitterly cold start to this Tuesday morning. 9 degrees here in Madison. We've actually warmed up a couple of degrees. Prairie du Chien and Platteville, you're now above zero. You were below zero for much of the morning. So we're not quite as cold of what we've been experiencing, but things are still very, very cold compared to where we should be right now. Here are your wind speeds, and I'm showing you this because this is what we're really going to notice that's going to be changing throughout the day. We're noticing that south wind. Some of us very, very light right now. Some of us remaining pretty calm, but this is what's really going to be pumping in a lot of warm air as we go into the next couple of days. Cloudy look at the WISC-TV sky camera this morning as we look ahead and plan your day. Again, we'll cool off a couple of degrees as we get closer to sunrise. We'll be warming up with some breaks in the clouds later on today into the 20s, which is still below average for all of us here in southern Wisconsin. But coming up in your main forecast, Chris, we're going to talk about warming temperatures. We're going to go above average and actually even double our temperatures from where we're at today in your extended forecast. So all those details plus some rain showers on the way coming up.
All right, Josh, thank you. You can stay on top of the changing weather with our First Warn Weather app. Just search WISC Weather or First Warn Weather wherever you get yours. We have some breaking news this morning. The Department of Transportation has released a statement saying they are concerned by Southwest Airlines' unacceptable rate of cancellations and delays, and reports a lack of prompt customer service. The department will now examine whether cancellations were controllable and if Southwest is complying with its customer service plan. As that holiday season travel continues into the new year, and with everything that goes along with it, it is important to keep in mind that those battling grief or depression may not be celebrating. It's easy for holiday cards, songs, and traditions to go from festive to triggering for someone who may have experienced loss, no matter how long ago.
Grief has its own timetable. I think that we should be aware that that not everyone is feeling all that happy around this time, and to be sensitive to that.
Experts say if you're experiencing elevated anxiety, grief, or depression around the holidays, you should not feel ashamed of feelings caused by those conditions, such as anger, anxiety, or crying spells. If you suffer from holiday depression, experts say that grounding yourself and having control of your breathing is a good place to start. Look at this video of the Buffalo Bills returning home Sunday to find their vehicles buried in snow. Local news reports said that the team was stuck in Chicago after their game against the Bears on Christmas Eve and then flew into Rochester, New York on Christmas Day. They were bused back to their vehicles in Buffalo later that day and saw this. Well, that massive holiday winter storm continues. It is being blamed now for at least 55 deaths nationwide. President Biden signing an emergency declaration mobilizing FEMA now to assist in New York State, where there are as many as 27 weather-related deaths in Erie County alone. Thousands of flight cancellations, meantime, and delays continue to strand passengers at the nation's airports. Jared Hill reports from New York.
It's almost unreal. A restaurant in western New York by Lake Erie is covered in heavy snow and icicles.
It's pretty heavy. That's what I'm nervous about. But nothing broke. No windows broke. No leaks.
A driving ban remained in effect in nearby Buffalo overnight, where cars are still buried under deep snowdrifts. Thousands are without power, and another foot of snow is expected there today.
Anyone who declares victory and says it's over, it is way too early to say. It is still a dangerous situation to be out.
President Biden has declared a state of emergency for New York State as the death toll there continues to climb. The mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, meanwhile, also has issued an emergency declaration for his city after frigid temperatures caused pipes to burst, leaving some residents without running water.
The infrastructure concerning the water been bad like this for years. So it's no surprise that the water turned out like it did for Christmas.
Flight cancellations and frustrations also continue to mount at the nation's airports. Southwest Airlines alone delayed or canceled more than 70% of flights on Monday. That's according to FlightAware.
Once the storm dropped in the middle of it, that just sent the system reeling, if you will.
Southwest has apologized and says it's working to get service back to normal. The U.S. Department of Transportation now says it will examine whether the cancellations were avoidable and if Southwest is complying with its customer service plan and other federal rules.
That was Jared Hill reporting. More than 3,000 flights have been canceled around the U.S. today, according to FlightAware. At Dane County Regional Airport, it looks like flights are all on, although some are delayed. In Rock County this morning, a preliminary hearing for Dakota Von Davidson today, the man accused of a shooting in the town of Rock. Prosecutors say back on May 8th, the 20-year-old fired multiple shots that hit several vehicles and mobile homes. Officials say one person was targeted and that over 65 shots were fired from multiple vehicles. Right now, Davidson faces a charge for attempted first-degree homicide and 9 counts of recklessly endangering safety. In Washington State this morning, about 14,000 people left in the dark on Christmas Day after police say burglars vandalized 3 power stations. Investigators say the burglars broke through a fenced-in area but didn't steal anything. Rather, they damaged some equipment that triggered some of the outages.
All 3 happened in the middle of the night on Christmas Day, causing power outages. Nothing was stolen from either or any of those facilities, so there's a good possibility they are related.
The attacks on the 4 substations come as federal officials are warning that the U.S. power grid needs better security to prevent domestic terrorism. Earlier this month, there were substations damaged in North Carolina by gunfire that took days to repair and left thousands without power. 6:36 now. The Green Bay Packers say the team has raised more than $78,000 for the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Players raised money by autograph signings at Lambeau, with most of the donations coming in during the Packers Give Back Day on December 13th. Aaron Rodgers matched all the donations, bringing the grand total to $78,000. Love to hear that. All right, Madison, it is another frigid morning. We have been waiting for that warm up, and it's almost here. Josh is timing it out next. And in the 608 this morning, we take a look back at all the tasty food and drink from 2022.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV. And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is
so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Garage doors do not like the cold weather at all. As soon as it gets cold springs, parts will burn.
At Precision, we can fix any make or model, usually the same day.
Rain, sleet, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Cold winds, ice, snowy, slippery conditions. Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info. So when severe winter weather is coming, you'll have plenty of time to plan your life, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team, First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back on a Tuesday morning. It is 6:40. Time for your First Warn weather update right now, and we have the three things you need to know in the forecast. First, cold start today, and this is the final morning that we're going to be waking up in the single digits for most of us. We're going to have that mild trend beginning tomorrow, and then we've got some rain chances on the way, which is also a different feel than what we've been dealing with over the last week or so. Right now, live look at the WISC-TV sky camera showing those clouds out there at this hour. Much of the same story today. A few breaks in the clouds, but we'll be warming up into the 20s later on this afternoon with a little bit of sunshine out there. Much of us across the Midwest will be warming up quite nicely today, especially here in southern Wisconsin. You should make it to at least 20 degrees. Most of us should be in the low to mid 20s for your highs later on this afternoon. This is going to be the first change that you're really going to notice tonight. Look at this. We're only cooling down to 21 degrees, so only falling off a couple of degrees from our afternoon highs later on today. And this is why. Notice our flow coming from the south. That is going to be bringing up a lot of that mild weather over the next couple of days, and you're going to notice some wind changes out there as well. So as we go through future track, notice that mix of sun and clouds as we go about your Tuesday. Much of the same overnight. We'll have a little bit of a clearing, but then those clouds really stick around as we bring in more of that milder weather into your Wednesday, and that's going to help us or prevent us from cooling down too much overnight tonight. So again, much of your same story tomorrow, but look at this. By tomorrow afternoon, we're into the mid-30s already, so we're above freezing. We're really going to start to chip away at some of that snow and ice accumulation that's out on the roadways. This is what you're really going to notice, especially later on this afternoon into the evening. Look at these future track wind gusts. We're approaching 30 miles an hour when it comes to those winds. So I know we're going to be dealing with the wind out there, but that's really going to help us bring those temperatures up over the next couple of days as the wind is out of the south. So again, all the way into tomorrow, we're going to deal with those winds. Even going into the later parts of this week, that wind is going to be pretty noticeable. Here's your 10-day temperature trend right now. Again, we should be sitting at 29 degrees for your afternoon high. So we're not going to quite go above average today, but starting tomorrow, we're going to be above average for at least the next 10 days. Look at that. We're into the 40s by the time you get into Thursday, Friday, and we're still really staying mild as we head into the new year. So things looking much different compared to what we experienced going into Christmas weekend. There's your 10-day forecast again. We're going from the 20s to the 30s to the 40s. Look at that. We keep climbing, and then we're staying pretty level before we fall off a little bit next week. But look at that. Every day in that 10-day forecast, starting tomorrow, we are above average. So something to look forward to if you're looking forward to some milder weather out there. As far as first warn traffic goes, we do have a crash right now on the Beltline near Highway 51 and Stoughton Road, not causing any issues out there. I'll keep my eyes on that. That looks like it is the only incident right now on the map. So again, we'll have an update on your first warn weather and traffic in just a few minutes, Chris.
All right, thank you, Josh. Next season, NFL Sunday Ticket will have a new home. The National Football League has reached a multi-year agreement to stream its Sunday games viewing package on YouTube. The subscription price has not yet been set. The NFL says it'll work with YouTube to determine distribution for commercial establishments too, like bars. Since it was first launched in 1994, Sunday Ticket has only been available on DirecTV. Well, we've all heard the warnings, never use an oven to heat your home, yet Consumer Reports found an alarming number of families still do it, putting their health and safety at risk. And with colder weather here, Consumer Reports offers up some safer heating alternatives. Safety experts in the CDC agree you should never use your range or gas oven as a heating source. But a new survey from Consumer Reports found 1 in 5 Americans with an annual household income under $30,000 and who have a gas range say they used that appliance to heat their home during the past year.
Not only is it a fire and burn hazard, but heating an apartment or your home with an oven that's on and open can emit dangerous pollutants and gases into your home.
The CDC has long warned to never use a gas range or oven for heating, as it can cause a buildup of carbon monoxide inside your home. In addition to carbon monoxide risks, Consumer Reports recently conducted a series of emissions tests on gas ranges and found nitrogen oxides at levels that exceed indoor air quality criteria, particularly when the burning setting was on high or there was no ventilation.
These gases can worsen asthma and lung diseases and increase the risk of asthma in young children.
So what should you do on those cold days when you need extra heat to keep warm? A safer heating option is a space heater, but choose one with an automatic shutoff in case it overheats or tips over, like this Consumer Reports recommended model from Comfort Zone. It's also important to always turn off and unplug a space heater when you leave a room and never leave it on while you're sleeping. For Consumer Reports, I'm Chris Stanford. And don't forget to have working smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors throughout your home. In the 608 this week, we are taking a look back at all the fun in 2022. Josh Sprider is here in studio, and he is reminiscing. Isn't that right, Josh?
I know. I'm super, super excited because this is always a moment for us to look back and really figure out exactly all the places that we've been across the year. And we've been so many places. And some of our best moments, of course, come down to food and drinks. Here's a look at some of our favorites here in the 608 over the last year. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic, guys. Of course, we're always eating here in the 608.
And here, it's one of my all-time favorites. It's just a pasta soup. It's a Tex-Mex soup with little seashells, ground beef, and peppers, and onions, and garlic. And
looks really good.
Yum.
This is the breakfast burrito. It is smothered in a tequila reaper sauce that we make here. That one particularly filled with our spicy pork, eggs, cheese, onions, cilantro, and tomato.
I also wanted to showcase one of our desserts here. It's just a simple creme brulee, but we modify it a little bit with like a raspberry preserve and then a chocolate brownie that's keyed in on the bottom. Sugar caramelized on the top, served with a fresh strawberry or fresh fruit.
Kelsey, you're gonna make the signature hook and fade. What's all in that?
Yeah, so it's our brandy cocktail. It was inspired by an old fashioned, and then we kind of change it up. We put some cinnamon, some bitters, some cherry syrup. So it gives it the perfect flavor for a winter cocktail.
Fantastic. Cheers, the hook and fade. Oh, that's great. The Pie Day eating contest.
Happening now here at Hubbard Avenue Diner. 3, 2, and 1.
A year's worth of hard work. It feels great to finally have it pay off. I might cry, to be honest.
How do you say it? Cheddar is better?
Cheddar. They're all Gouda.
Here we go. Ooh, that is really good. That was not what I expected it was going to taste like either. This is awesome, guys. I've got my flight here. That is it right there. Color changing spoon here as well. I don't even know how to eat this thing. There's just so much going on. Oh, for Pete's sake, guys, we're going to send it back to you there in that studio, don't you know? Celebrating Dairy Month here in Wisconsin. Local ingredients are very, very important for what you guys do here at Culver's.
We wouldn't be what we are today without the dairy farmers who provide this awesome dairy that we use across our whole menu. And it isn't just custard. We got a bunch of menu items that feature that awesome dairy.
We're going to go for it.
We're going to see.
Eat the whole thing at once, or do you bite into it?
You can bite into it. Then we get a live reaction.
I mean, that is fantastic. That is good. That is good. Oh my gosh. Can't you hear the crunch of that? Like, I've been waiting too long for this moment. We're gonna dig into the pancakes here. Look at that stack. I think I put enough syrup on there this morning, guys. That hits the spot right there, guys. All of my amazing one-liners there. Remember, you can always go back to channel3000.com, watch our features. Just go to the In the 608 tab, and there's also the interactive map that will show and pinpoint all of the places I've been across southern Wisconsin. Chris, so many amazing moments. I know, people always ask, well, what was your favorite? I think the most memorable for me, and you saw it in that feature there, was the grilled cheese. I have never had a grilled cheese like that before, especially that crunch. And I know you were curious. I also had Linda reaching out to me on Instagram, wondering what the secret was to that, and it's ghee butter. It's G-H-E-E, ghee butter. That's what kind of gives it that crunch. Photojournalist Mark Schilling reminding us that we did learn about that during that feature. But so many secrets here. Depending on what we're eating here, Chris, there's always something new to try.
Ghee butter is going to be on my next grocery list.
Right? I want a grilled cheese now.
I've been trying to replicate that crunch over the last year, and I haven't been able to do it. And yeah, photojournalist Mark Schilling said it was ghee butter. So we thank that the chef for sharing that with us. We're going to try it. Josh, good stuff this year, and look forward to 2023.
Here's to next year.
Hey, don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured. Coming up in the morning sprint, crews rush to repair a massive water main break. First, we want to say happy birthday to Scarlett and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Focused on you. SSM Health Davis Dewar-Dean Eye Care.
6:54, time for the morning sprint. The Badgers will finish out their season tonight in Phoenix at the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. They take on Oklahoma State at Chase Field. It'll be the first time with Coach Luke Fickell. The Badgers are 3-point favorites tonight. Kickoff is a late one, 9:15 tonight. We'll have highlights and reaction tomorrow morning here on News 3 Now this morning. If you've driven around Madison, you've probably noticed some impressive holiday light displays. Here's one at our residence off of Settlers Road in the Blackhawk neighborhood. We've compiled a list of all the great light shows in our area. To see it, just look for the story on channel3000.com. Water back on for folks in Waukesha this morning. Police say a water main burst yesterday, spilling about 1 million gallons of water. It took crews nearly 7 hours to fix it. They say the water spilled out at a rate of 8,300 gallons a minute. 55 people have lost their lives to the massive holiday storm that's been sweeping the country. President Biden signing an emergency declaration mobilizing FEMA to assist in New York State, where there are as many as 27 weather-related deaths in Erie County alone. Thousands of flight cancellations, meantime, and delays continue to strand passengers all over the country. Take a look at this. The numbers 2023 installed atop One Times Square ahead of this weekend's big celebration. The giant 7-foot-tall numerals were driven from California. Their lights were tested in Times Square last Tuesday. 14,000 people without power in Washington state this Christmas after burglars vandalized 4 different power substations. Investigators said the burglars did not steal anything after breaking in, instead damaging equipment. The FBI is leading the investigation into a string of substation attacks across the country.
It is 6:55 right now. Quiet start out there. High resolution radar. All is quiet. 3 things you need to know. Bitterly cold start today. The final cold start. We've got a milder temperature trend on the way as far as some rain showers too. So a lot going on. There's your 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, we're warming things up into the 40s as we get into the new year. And things are going to be staying quite mild over the next 10 days with a very active weather pattern, so several chances for rain and snow in there. As far as your first warn traffic goes, still dealing with that crash on the Beltline. Well, there it has been cleared. So good news, no issues out there. Everything else is looking quiet across the 608 at this hour.
Ghee butter, if you've learned anything this morning,
ghee butter.
Use the ghee butter to get that crunch on your grilled cheese.
I want a grilled cheese now.
So do I. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll have a news and weather update in 30 minutes.